another part of our northeastern Oklahoma gardening tour brings us to Claremore in Rogers County. We're here at the home of Glenn and Elaina Scarbrough, and Glenn is going to show us around his garden. Hey Glenn, welcome to the program.
Yeah, welcome to our woodland garden.
It's a beautiful place, Glenn, and as I look around I see this beautiful patch of turf that doesn't seem to have a weed in it. It's a nice healthy green, and I see these rock retaining walls, and I wonder where did all these rocks come from?
Well, they came out of right under where we're walking. When I moved here in 1992, there were 27 oaks and 10 million weeds, and that was all that was here. And so I started trying to make it into a garden, and I ended up, most all of the rocks you see in this area was dug up right under our feet.
Okay,
well, so I could grow this grass.
All right, that's a lot of rocks, and I really like the way you've alternated the small stacked rocks with the large rocks. I think it gives a great design element and makes for a beautiful pattern. Well, I can see you've got a great collection of perennials and annuals back here. I like that white swan coneflower and the Indian summer rudbeckia, and you've got a big patch of those out front, don't you?
Yes, I've got some out there too. Yes, okay. The white coneflower came from, I had pink coneflowers for several years, and then all of a sudden I had some white come up, and they are my favorite coneflower, is the white one now.
Okay, just a chance seedling that ended up being white. Okay, well over here I see one of our Oklahoma proven perennials for this year with a little blue flower.
Yeah, it's the leadwort, and I am so, it's appealing to me because I love blue flowering plants. And it spreads, and so you don't have to spend a lot to get it going.
Okay, it makes a great ground cover.
Yes.
Well, Glenn, back here coming through the arbor, I can see in this area of the garden you've got sort of a series of pathways that you've got mulched, and you've got some hedges or some screens or walls of plant material, different types of shrubs, and it's sort of a series of garden rooms. What was your inspiration for this area?
Oh, I'm sure I read it in some gardening book about having rooms, and with the paths, they become like the hallways from one room to another, and I have close to a half a mile of hallways in this 1 acre.
Okay, so lots of wood chips.
Yes.
And you have some rows of Sharon that you've transplanted from plants coming up from seed in other parts of the landscape?
Yes, when I moved here, there was a plant that was on the west side of the house, and the rose of Sharon is prolific, as you know, as far as seeding.
Set a few seed.
And all of the rose of Sharon that you see that I've used to make the walls of the rooms came from that one mother plant.
All from one plant. Well, that's really impressive. Well, your water feature is really nice as well. You've got a pool up here on the west side of the property, and this sort of raised waterway or streamway kind of snakes through the garden, and got some cute little bridges to cross over, and then it all dumps into these two pools that I think are very attractive as well. And I like the little fence you've got here, and you've had the koi in here for a while.
Well, I had Big Mama and Silver were introduced to this pond down there in 1993. And after I got that done, I was going to make this a bog garden. And as I began to develop it, it was like, well, why don't I just make another pond? And then it was like, I need some kind of filtering type system. And so I read that you can put in like 100 feet of creek for the 6,000 or 8,000 gallons that are in these ponds, and that has done a remarkable job filtering the water.
Okay, so the shallow stream and gravel filters the water.
Yep.
Well, Glenn, you've got just a number of areas here that I'm impressed with. You got a little screened off area for sitting and play area for children or grandchildren. And your vegetable garden is also very attractive back there by your compost bins. And the fence, I'm sure, does a great job of keeping out the critters.
It keeps away the deer.
Okay.
When I first moved here in 92, I can remember seeing a herd of 8 deer just over on that other lot, and they were Bambis. But after a few years of losing all of my tomatoes and my okra to the deer, they no longer were the Bambis.
They weren't that cute, were they?
They weren't that cute, so I had to build a fence and so we could get a little bit of the groceries out of the garden.
All right, taste some of the fruits of your labor.
Right.
Okay. Well, Glenn, I think your garden is absolutely beautiful. It's very impressive, and you do good work. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
showing us around.
Thank you for coming.